everybody, my name is CyberAqua and welcome back to Fallen Hero Rebirth. It's been a while. I haven't been uploading for about a week or two, I realized. So that was kind of partially my fault, since I forgot. Taking I shouldn't, but I did. My bad. This previous episode we stopped somewhere around here. I'm just going by whatever's here. So I'm assuming nothing changed because I swapped out hard drives because I was shifting all games into another dedicated hard drive and having one hard drive for like videos and stuff and being organized and stuff. But yeah, enough of that. Let's get into it. Hopefully my English is better. English. Anyway, let's do this. You don't have to veer from the path to take a closer look, as you literally have to step over some of them to get to the door of the building. The cause of death seems obvious enough. Falling. Jesus. What happened before this? Something. Oh, we're in the past, right? I think so. Okay. Looking at the damage, you gather they must have jumped from the upper floors. A quick glance upwards shows that there are windows. They're gaping open? What? Some of them broken, some opened. You would have thought that people would have thrown themselves over through the opening in a blind panic. Holy moly, I'm horrible, I can already tell. The thought of someone deliberately opening the window before jumping to their death sends a shiver down your spine. Oh yeah, this is the area that people are going crazy because of some random phenomenon or telekinesis. Who could bring themselves to do that? These people, apparently. This morning, they were living, breathing souls with hopes and dreams. Now they look like twisted dolls on the ground. Wrong angles. Strangely positioned. Some looked almost unhurt, while others have flattened into gross quick shapes. I don't know. Their inwards pushed out through any available body opening. Jesus, that will look disgusting. You've seen that one of the women has red claw marks on her face. Did she make them herself? Manicured nails tearing into her soft flesh. Did the old man gouge out his own eyes? What did he see? You don't know, but the pressure against your shield is increasing. So you look away. Don't need to add more nightmare fodder. Okay? Keep your eyes open for any signs of life. Ortega cautions as he keeps scanning the bodies. What? What's wrong with me? God, this whole place stinks. Anathema? Grimaces? I don't. Anathema, right? Anathema? Grimaces. Narrowing his eyes and yanking at the front door with no results. Okay. This is what death smells like. Steele is keeping an eye out on the surroundings. Gun at the ready. He is always ready. You are such a cheerful man, you know. Anathema places his palm against the locked door, secreting corrosive acid that eats through the metal with a little effort. His hand is quickly yanked back and shaken a little, sending green droplet flying. Watch out! You snapped. One of the drops had nearly hit you. Okay, and it is now eating a hole in the sidewalk. We can't all be invulnerable. You should know well enough to stand back then. You should know well enough to stand back then. Anathema says with a laugh, rubbing his hand a little. This is dangerous business. Though dressed in his standard Ranger blue-toned skin suit, his arm and legs are bare. the protection is unnecessary, and there's always the risk of acid damage. He may look strangely vulnerable with his palm heavily freckled skin and bare feet, but you know that he can't feel a thing. You've seen bullet bounce off that seemingly fragile form, okay? Ortega is the first one inside, as always, securing the area before the rest of you follow. It doesn't look very threatening, just numbered apartment doors, a stairway leading up, and a pair of closed elevator doors. The smell is a lot worse in here, and you avoid looking at the names of the residents. Most likely they are all dead already. Elevator looks stuck. Anathema presses the button repeatedly with a faint frown on his face. I bet whatever's doing this is at the top. Should we knock on the door to see if anyone's alive? Bad feeling about this. Let's say that. I have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling about this, you say. Looking around, you can feel the pressure coming up from upstairs. You can handle it, but can everyone else? Why did you have to say that? Ortega gives you a clap on the shoulder. When it's you, I take it seriously. We're in a building surrounded by dead people. Anathema says, rubbing his eyes. I don't blame him. This is our job. Steele sounds as if this is another day at work for him. Let's get on with it. Guess we're heading down upstairs then. Ortega asks, glancing at you. As far as I can tell, you agree with a nod. Well, the elevator is stuck, so I guess we're taking the stairs. Ortega shrugs a little as he looks upstairs. Sorry about that, Steele. Fine. Let's get this over with. Steele starts heading up the stairs, one ponderous step at a time. You can see the railing bend with a little with a tortuous squeak as he brushes against it. His armor is not the most agile contraption, and it is not meant to climb stairs. Ortega hesitates a moment before he follows, keeping a safe distance. Let's wait a moment. You joke around under your breath to anathema, right? That way, if he plummets into the ceiling, you won't be joining him. Normally, a joke like that would have got a laugh out of anathema, but it seems like the gravity of the situation is getting even to him. Not that you can blame him. You don't want to remember. Present day. You drag yourself back into reality, back from the stairs, and the truth that lurks up there. Sidestep is dead. You are not. Okay, that's a little bit harsh. Instead, you are cold, cramped, and nervous, wishing you could stretch your legs, but you can't risk moving and getting spotted. So instead, busy yourself going over your equipment. Always be prepared. That's your motto. And while you don't have access to everything, you had back everything you had back when you were sidestep, right? You've managed to improvise a kit that hopefully will help you get through this. Tranquilizer gun is a poor replacement to your old energy caster, but it is quite fast. A lightweight protective vest is not plasteel carapace or something, but the melon black skin suit will help you keep you hidden. With your face covered, you are nothing but a shadow in the darkness, and a pair of night vision goggles means you don't have to rely on telepathy or outside light sources to get around. With some other useful trinkets in case of emergency, you are as ready as you'll ever be. You wish you had another option besides calling them, but you don't. If the circumstances had been difficult, you would have called in the Rangers, but you had to be sure whoever you got could get the job done. Okay. With your recent possessions of Lady Argent plus Harold's injuries, I don't know. Is that how you say Harold's injuries? You imagine they would not be at their best, and you can't allow any chance of failure. No chance of him getting away. You needed the special directive. Now, all you have to do is wait. Unfortunately, waiting also means time for thinking, something you have tried so hard to avoid. There is that staircase in your memories, the intense physical memory of walking upstairs, carefully, step by step, surrounded by stench of death. No, you are not there. You are here, in the cold and misty darkness of the docks, curled up in your hidey-hole. Nowhere else. I have hidden myself as close to my target as I dare. Should I take this safe approach? I have hidden myself as close to my target as I dare. No. I'm thinking smart, so I'm waiting for them at a distance. It is safer that way. And so you wait. Predictably, I think, dark falls before they make their move. Your telepathic power means you do not have to be anywhere near the scene right now. Or the operatives' mind are protected, but you move quite beyond what they are prepared for. You can feel them in the night. Little thought voids moving closer, surrounding the building. You don't even need to see this because you know how it'll play out. Be hot. I'll be right back. Someone's here. Okay, I'm back. That took too long. Right, where was I? Feel them in the night, little thoughts would come closer, surrounding the building. You don't even need to see this because you know how it play out by heart. How big a team will they send? The standard loadout is 5 operatives, but would psychopatho warrant more? Probably not, hopefully not. Most likely the 3 MBOs, main battle operatives, the main stand of the special directives. The mainstay, I think, of special directives. The kind of genius with enough power to go head to head with the strongest enhance. Then 2 SCOs, secondary control operatives, for sentry duties and crowd control. These are made to deal with non-enhanced opponents, hence henchmen and civilians, making sure the MBOs won't be distracted from their jobs. First they would get into position, and this is why you have situated yourself right outside the usual perimeter, and somebody will strike the first blow to breach the building. Somebody with flashy, visible powers to draw attention, and here we go. The explosion sears the night, green flames slapping the sky, turning the lens in your goggles black to save your visions. Good old Dr. Matum. If he will do as well as on your main project, he deserves a bonus. The lens adjusts back, the wall once again speckled green and black as you hear gunfire. Henchmen, probably. It was rumored that Psychopathiel had hired the wolf pack. It looks like that was right on the money. Good. That should make things even more chaotic. Time for you to make your move. You banish thoughts of capture and failure as you carefully move towards the warehouse. Being spotted is not an issue yet because you are coming from the wrong direction. And even though the shields and even through the shields, you can feel their position. 4 of them are inside. A 5th keeps watch from a low rooftop, most likely an SCO with hypersenses, on alert for escapees or reinforcements. That could be an issue. A sentry could alert the others to your presence, or worse, decide to try to stop you in person, since he is keeping that kind of distance. You imagine he's probably armed with some sort of sniper rifle as well as hypersenses. A bullet in the back can be dodged, but only if you can pick up his intentions to fire in time. Could you do that through the dampeners he's wearing? Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe he will just leave you alone, deciding that revealing his position is not worth eliminating a single lightly armored henchman. Should you take him out before he notices you? Normally, you wouldn't even consider dealing directly with one of them, but a sentry SCO should be within your capabilities. Thinking. We'll deal with him first. That's the only way to be sure. He'll probably won't risk his position to attack a lone henchman. Wait, if I deal with him first... what is my original motivation? Was going after psychopath or something? I don't know. Okay, if I deal with him first, then they will notice that sentry is down. But if I go with the second option, he probably won't risk his position to attack a lone henchman. Their job is to stop escapees or reinforcements, so normally they would stop me. So I might as well deal with him, but then there will be other problems. Let's deal with him. The sentry will come. We'll have to go first. You can't afford to risk being spotted. Closing your eyes for a moment. You tentatively reach out to try and find a weak point, running feather-light telepathic fingers over his aura. The core of his mind is protected, as is the standard for special directive operatives. But the drawback of having senses honed to perceive the slightest shift in your environment and slightest shift in your surroundings is that a battle like this hurts. Okay. You can sense his reaction to the explosions, to the bright flashes of plasma and fire, to the dull thunder of... You have no idea what power that is. Something deep enough in the audible range to make your teeth ache. Now what to do? His thoughts are shielded, but he is still leaking sensory input. You could use that to distract him enough for you to get in range to fire one of your tranquilizing darts. Or you could attempt to overload his senses and with one shot of mental attack, leaving him crippled long enough for you to get inside. I could trank him. I need to secure our escape route as well, so he'll be keeping an eye out. Go for substitute distraction. I try a more forceful attack. If I try a forceful attack, won't I get spotted? Okay, let's trank him. He's far too well shielded for any subsolids. I can't tell. I can't say words. Leaving you no choice but to throw yourself against the unnatural blankness surrounding him. You tear at the parts of his mind that are there to shield him from the full impact of his senses. His mind twists in your hands as he is bombarded with the force of his own heartbeat and the roaring torrent of the blood rushing in his vein. With no filters left in place, his brain's overloads in a sharp, stinging cacophony of sensations that makes your own head hurt. However, he collapsed first. Sadly, you are aware that this means he will know someone attacked him, someone with a very specific set of powers. You duck safely into the shadows of the warehouse, Inside, the sounds of the battle are intensifying, flashes of greenish light erupting through the massive holes in the wall. Keeping your head low, you weigh your options. Psychopathia is giving them a good fight. What you dare to scan of his thoughts are fury red, but there's no traces of worry yet. He's still holding his ground. The Wolfpack henchmen are a different story. There is a panicked feel to their thoughts. Most of them are still calm, but the warrior is spreading. Some of them are thinking of running. Some of them... Wait. You frown a little, trying to block out the din of battle. There, you're right. Bo is here as well. He's not doing well. Darn, I'll make sure he's alright. Bo might come in handy. I'll give him a hand. Stay focused on the goal. I can't afford myself to get distracted. Bo might come in handy. I'll give him a hand. Yep, might as well. Bo is useful. It's rare that you feel comfortable enough to meet people twice. He has become a reliable fixture in your life. And while Bo is not technically working for you, not yet, that is just a matter of time. You're not going to lose a potential henchman to these bastards. Time to get moving. Luckily, Bo is nowhere near Psychopathia and the main fight at the moment. Keeping your head low, you sprint deeper into the warehouse. The explosions cascade black shadows over the ground. The maze of boxes giving you more than enough cover as you run. You can feel panicked little screams light up and disappear. Bo is still conscious, but there's someone else back there, clearing out possible reinforcements. One of the special directives. You're not sure what class. It's hard to make out details through the shielded mine back there, but since they are not going for Psychopathia, and you haven't seen any flashy display of powers, it is possible one of the standard SCOs that means strength and speed in various combination, and probably armor as well. Perhaps some sort of natural projectile attack, or a quiet needle gun. An expert killer. Okay. That thought hits you right in the gut, and you dodge behind a crate as machine guns open fire with a cacophony of noise. Apparently the Wolfpack has noticed what is going on and is trying to take down whatever it is that's attacking them. They won't stand a chance. Unless I help them, lead them. Good, that gives me cover. I'll grab Boo and get himself safe. This is too risky. I have to abort and let Boo no. Good, that gives me cover. I'll get Boo. Yep. With the Wolfpack putting up this much of a fight, you have to be careful. It will be easy to get hit by a stray bullet, but hopefully they are making enough of a ruckus to give you cover as you sneak in and get Boo out of there, as long as you move fast. Closing your eyes for a brief and vulnerable moment, map out the presence of all Wolfpack in your head. A thought void at the center is harder to pinpoint, but you can't judge where the region should be from the reaction of the others. Good, you can do this. Breaking into a run, you sprint past a confused Wolfpack and dive into a quick roll to escape a stray burst of fire. You skid behind the crates to where Boo have been hiding, just in time to tackle him backwards as the crate explode, sending splinters everywhere. There is no time to be gentle. You give his mind a push to stay silent and compliant, dragging him further back as the scream starts in earnest. Scream starts in earnest. Okay. The SCO must have used the explosion to rush the Wolfpack positions. You can feel them panic and run. Pressing Boo against the ground, you stay still until you feel that the danger has passed as the operative pursues elsewhere. Not a moment too late. What? Boo spits out of the ward, his frustration breaking through your compulsion of his mind. Not now. Move or be dead. You drag him by the hand towards the quiet side, pushing him down with you behind a tab-covered loader. Who are you? Boo is still holding his gun, but he holds it more like a tool than a weapon. He's not a good shot. His nervous stance tells you that. It's not important. You're glad that your mask, the goggle covers most of your face and the black hood hides the rest. Are you with them? There's a nervous look on his face, as he isn't sure whether he should aim the gun at you or not. No. You can't hide the amused snort. You would be dead in that case. Shit. He pops his head up, takes a look around, then immediately pulls back. White face. Was that the Regine? Regine? This is really happening. It was, and it is. Okay, he draws a deep breath before continuing. What do you want from me? What makes you think I want anything? You can't help sounding amused. He's catching on fast. You saved me. That usually means there's a reason. I need your help. Boy mentioned you. Boy. I need help. And you're conscripted. Okay, yeah, let's go with that. I need help and you're conscripted. Not to mention that the old memories are going on rerun in your head tonight. And you don't want to see Bo die. Not like. What are you talking about? Who are you? Someone who's about to help you get out of this mess alive if you want to. You're glad your mask hides your slightly mimic grin and make a pretty penny on the side. Okay. It's not even hard to reach in and nudge suspicion into trust. Not with the way Boo's face lights up when you mention money. Most likely he has already figured out which way this battle is going, and he's not in a hurry to die. So, what do you need done then? You can feel the willingness to help literally pouring from Boo. That's one of the reasons you kept in contact after your first encounter as Boy. Some people are just born to be good henchmen. It would be a shame to pass one up. The Wolfpack only hired me to be a driver, he says, and here I am, with a gun in my hand, and the craziest attacking. Not my idea of a good time. Oh, Boy was the other guy I took over as my second life, second person. Oh, I should have said that. Oh well, damn. I'll tell the truth. I'm after psychopaths. Pathos. Can I lie? Planning to use Boy for a distraction. I'll be vague and use Boy to help with the getaway. Okay, I'll tell the truth. Okay. You know the huge plasma cannon that Psychopathio's lugging around? Just as to your shoulder. Keeping half an eye on the warehouse. The fighting's still going on, but back here there's no intermediate threat. Kind of hard to miss. Boo smiles a little, bouncing back with a surprising speed. I know someone that is willing to pay a lot for a certain piece of it. It's not even a lie. That's the beauty of it. It's not going to be easy. It's too dark to see Boo roll his eyes. but you can hear it in his voice. It's literally attached to him, you know. Not for long, at least. Not if you have predicted that the special directives tactics correctly. This kind of fight is the perfect opportunity. As long as we don't get caught in the crossfire. He sounds hesitant, but all it takes is the smallest of nudge to evaporate that. Well, leave that to me. Give Boo a reassuring pat on his shoulder. What? He gives you a slightly suspicious look. Do you have some sort of stealth powers or something? Something like that. You lie because that is an easy explanation that doesn't risk revealing you. Just stick close and follow me. On with the show. Okay, now it's about time to get to work. At the front end of the warehouse, the fight is still raging. You need to get a lot closer before you will be able to act on any chance you get. Okay? The place is a massive maze of boxes and stored equipment, so you've got enough cover to get around unseen if you are careful. On the other hand, maybe it will be safer to attempt getting up into the gantries, trying to get a height advantage. There's less cover up there, but hopefully everyone is too focused on CyberAqua to look up. The old monster likes his solid footing, so he'll stay on the ground. The only question is whether Boo is a good climber. Maybe it'd be safer to stay on the ground for now. You need to get a good position where you can keep an eye on the fight, waiting for your moment. You are certain you will get the opportunity you need soon enough. You just need to avoid getting your head shot off in the meantime. Escape and get the height advantage. I would do that, but I'm being careful. I want my character to live. This is the main guy. Stay low, because we don't know what Boo is a good climber or not. I should have made myself more aware of Boo, maybe, if that was the case. Staying low is the smarter choice. Even if you are spotted, you will be able to get out of the way and play the frightened henchman. In the chaos, there are not that much difference between the Wolfpack standard coveralls and your own black outfit. Looking back, you gestured to Boo to lean closer. Keep your head down and follow me, you whispered. Getting a nod in return, Boo looks nervous but focused. Hopefully, he won't snap and do something stupid. Once you make certain no thought seems to be focused in your direction, you quickly scurry further into the building. You need to find a decent angle to watch the fight without being in the line of fire. Darn, you didn't think it would be like this to be back in action. The stench of plasma fills the interior, mixing with smoke, and once again, you're grateful. The stench of plasma fills the interior, mixing with the smoke, and once again, you are grateful. Then you picked a rebreather and goggles as your mask tonight. You don't want to be revealed by the stray cough, and since you had no idea what operatives the special directive would send to deal with psychopathy, you had to plan for gas. Bo stiffs a cough, but it gives you a nod and a thumbs up as he notices your look. So far, so good. You'll see how this plays out. As you get closer, the strange green flames are bright enough to paint the interior of the warehouse in garish colors. Ducking behind a crate at the last minute, you catch a glimpse of the psychopatho pushing his way through fallen rubble, his armor glowing red from the heat. No discomfort is visible on his contorted face, only anger. The blue-skinned Regine confronting him is dressed in nothing but a reinforced nanomesh skin suit. The tattoos covering his face and hands dividing his flesh into stark patterns of orange and white. Around him, the flickering green flames are hot enough to melt steel, but the armored monster only laughs. A sound that sends a familiar shiver down your spine. Darn, I missed being in on the action. I hope I'm ready for this because there's no turning back. Can't stop thinking about the last time I faced him. Wish Ortega was here. Nope, I'm alone. Time to go with the second option. I hope I'm ready for this because there's no turning back. You can feel the sweat tickle down your back. You hope you are ready for this because there's no turning back. It's not your future and career on the line here, but your life. Or worse, maybe you should have trained more, kept in better shape. No, you can't allow yourself to doubt. Not right now. Maybe you are not the same physical shape you were when you were sidestep, but your mental powers are vastly more powerful. That's what you must remember. Your brain is your main weapon, and your body. Well, you are taking steps to redeem that right now. Steps to remedy that right now. Soon you won't have to worry about being too weak. Soon you won't have to worry about being recognized. All you have to worry about is going through with it. Is that all you have? Your sorry excuse for government toys? Psychopatho's voice echoes through the warehouse, turned a shade unearthly by the vocal distorters he's employing. You make a note of that. It's a good way of getting the right impression across. He has had a lot of work done on his armor since you last fought him. Sharp blades protrude from his arms. There's sharp spikes adorn his back and shoulders. The cannon is the same, though you can feel the familiar scurrying thoughts of the right brain in the targeting web. Luckily, they are busy. I'm going to rip off your arm and send you back to your handlers like the doll you were. The cannon on Psychopath's shoulder sways as the right brain catches a hint of someone you missed. It blasts, sends another tattooed man flying back through the hole he came from. Okay. Where he had tried to launch a sneak attack. Looks like you were right to be careful. The right brain can pick up the same kind of thought voids that you can. They have gotten a lot better at their job. Perfect. The fire-wielding Regine unleashes another sheet of green fire, and the Psychopathos lumbers forward to swipe with his bladed fists since the plasma blasts are not working. The speed is surprising for someone that massive. The Regine leaps backward with evasive grace. He had not forgotten how fast they could be. Still not your fight. Just stay hidden and watch. Hey, something's wrong. You picked up a stray thought that focused not on the main battle but on you. There are still some Wolfpack guards left standing, and they have spotted you. 2 of them. You think they tend to walk in pairs, wolf-styled helmets covering their heads. they would not normally be a match for you, even though their guns could hurt you badly. But getting involved in a fight could draw the attention of the main battle, or distract you enough to fatally miss a new development. Luckily, you're not alone. I'll take them out fast physically, keeping my mind focused on the battle. I'll make them think I'm one of them. I'll just shut down their minds fast. Wait, any thoughts? If I do any kind of strong thoughts, the rats will probably just find me. But I'll let Boo deal with this. I'll take them out fast, physically, keeping my mind focused on I'll make them think I'm one of them. Make them think I'm one of them. That'll be better. Normally this wouldn't take any effort, but you can't allow to give these two your full attention. They are a distraction, nothing more. Running up to them at a slow jog, you make sure they see you as a friend and not as an enemy. You motion them in for a huddle. Jeez, one of them says, out of breath. I ain't getting paid for this shit. Tough luck. You bark back, trying to channel steel. If the boss goes down, so do we. You wanna take your chances with these filthy fakes? You need to keep this fight going after all. Good point, eh? The other one tightens the grip on his gun. The place is probably surrounded. Get the fire guy, you say, pointing at the battle. Maybe he can eat plasma. I'm not so sure about bullets. Good idea, May says, raising his rifle. I'll try to get a better angle that way. You gesture towards the fighting, making them eye you with something akin to admiration. Something with admire. Better you than me, the man says, sketching a salute before running off with May. Good. You don't look back as you sprint to a new position. You can't shake the feeling that the battle is at a pivotal point now. If the special directives has anything unusual planned, it should be happening soon. Very soon. There. Catching movement at the corner of your eye, you dodge behind a crate, though you don't think you're the target. A moment later, a regen drops down from the rafters, inhumanly thin in her black skin suit, with four sinewy arms. Two of them are long and clawed, insect-like scythes that look like they could disembody a man with one swipe, with one sweep. And one of her other hands holds a nasty little needle gun. Her face is pale grayish blue, tattooed with the familiar jagged lines indicating regenerative abilities. You're not sure whether the bits of carapace armor belong to the skin suit or to her flesh. Taking Psychopath by surprise, she lands on his shoulders and starts tearing at the cannon mount with her scythe arms and the strength of a far more massive body. You wince internally when you see that one of her human hands have been impaled on the sharp spikes covering his armor. Ooh, damn. And the rest of her body is lacerated as she clings on. Not that there's any sign of pain on her face, just a cool detachment as she keeps digging Chinio's tips into vulnerable joints. Psychopath roars and tries to throw her off, but her claws have already loosened the cannon from its mount. One final heave, and she rips it off, throwing it as far back into the warehouse as she can. Then she tries to dig her claw into the unarmored face, but you're not interested in how the fight goes. You're already moving. This is what you're here for. Finally, I was getting nervous. All according to plan. Yep. There's a certain kind of satisfaction in being able to foresee the way the battle would progress. Any team wanting to fight CyberAqua would need to remove the cannon from the equation to have a chance of winning. Even the special directives. You wish you didn't understand the way they work quite so well, but it is handy at times. Now you only need to extract what you came here for, the targeting wave. The loose of his cannon head has not pulled Psychopath's fangs, and the battle to subdue the armored behemoth is still raging. Keeping low, you try to keep out of everyone's sight, moving quickly from cover to cover. Once more, you feel that deep, very vibrant hum hurting your teeth. The ground around you cracks in response. The tension holds for a moment and then releases. The pressure wave tossing you and the surrounding crates several feet to the side. You manage to stay silent as you flung into one of them, hitting hard. Ouch, that hurt. Boo has landed right next to you, groaning loudly as he moves. You okay? He asks. You force a nod in return. Fine enough. You can't allow yourself to show weakness. Not right now. Suppressing a groan, you get up on all fours to continue your wobbly crawl. You can hurt later. Now, you need to get the job done. Luckily, you have made it to your target. The gun is warm enough to nearly burn your your gloved hands, but you grit your teeth and pull it further away. Give you a moment to quickly dismantle the armored modular housing your target. You can feel the alien minds chattering at you, nervous and afraid, but also soothed by the presence of another telepath. Maybe you're just imagining things, but you think they feel almost grateful when the last bolts are removed and their cage falls into your hand. I gently reach out to brush my minds against theirs, soothing them. I firmly wrap my minds around theirs, asserting my dominance. I let them reach out towards me, assuring them my friendship. Let's do the first option, because I'm not sure. You gently reach out to brush your mind against theirs. A feather-light touch that soothes and excites them. 5 little rodent brains float in their nutrient bath, fragile and nervous, and linked together to become something far greater than the individual parts. The targeting web, no, the Rat King. There is faint telepathic approval of that title, even if you are not sure they understand what it means, but it doesn't matter, though, because you can feel them relax inside your mind, safe and secure and happy with their new master. Now it's time to run. Around you, the battle rages on. You count yourself lucky that everyone is preoccupied, because the sad truth is that if they really were after you, you would go down like a sack of rocks. This really drives home the fact that if you want to stand a chance in a proper fight, you have to hope Dr. Chum holds up his end of the bargain. Being a telepath is an advantage only if nobody is expecting you. There are too many effective shields and dampeners available for those who have the money and the contacts. Okay. Not that this is news to you. There is a reason why you named yourself Sidestep in the past. Just because you switched sides doesn't mean you have stopped trying to stay on one step ahead of your opposition. That's a cool understanding. That's the only way you've ever been able to survive. This is it then. Paul looks as if he would rather be out of here right now. And you can't really blame him. Yeah, let's go. You gestured for him to follow, squinting a little to make sure nobody's watching. Better separate here. You'll find your money waiting for you at Joe's in 2 days. You reach out and lace the last words with a heavy dose of trust me. You got it. You can feel Ball's mind resisting momentarily before accepting the fact that he knows that he can trust you with his life, not to mention his money. Good luck. And he takes off, eager to get out of here fast. Time to wrap this up. Achievement! Step 2. You have obtained the Red King. Oh man. Oh, that is quite the amazing story I just had right now. Amazing read. I'll stop right here now. It is getting quite exciting. As I read on novels, I tend to have some kind of a picture or a scene going in my head as I read. So that's kind of happening with this one for last few screens or pages, you could say. Since I was actually imagining that what was actually happening in there from the description that was being written in here, which is pretty good. I like it. This barely happens to me. It happens sometimes in pretty good books, and I actually understand what's happening. But yeah, hopefully you guys are imagining it as well. But I don't have that much of a good loud reading or whatever the word is. So probably I screw halfway through, and your imagining scene would probably cut off because I screwed up a wording or something. Anyway, let me know in the comments of how you guys feeling about this series. If you're still finding it pretty good and enjoying it, that's good news to me. I'll be continuing it on and hopefully try and finish it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.